Joining us now on the line is our good friend Stuart Varney from the Fox Business Network. How are you, Stuart?
Good morning, Brian. I am well indeed. And you?
Well, I'm doing pretty good because I went to the gas station last night, and I got a big old Tahoe that takes a lot of gas, burns a lot of fuel. And even in the highly taxed state of Maryland, I was paying $2.85 a gallon. I noticed that in Oklahoma City, they have breached below $2. They're now at $1.99 for a gallon of gas.
Yes, sir, that is correct. It's $1.99 at one station in Oklahoma City, but I'm pretty confident that the $1.99 price tag will spread to other cities in Oklahoma, maybe Missouri, and maybe Texas as well. So, look, we got a shot in the arm here. It's $2.72 a gallon nationwide, national average for regular. 43 states have an average price below $3 a gallon. We've all got, every single American has got what amounts to a 50-cent per gallon price cut over the last 3 months, and that's money in our pocket.
Right. But explain to people who may not know why it's happening.
It's because the world economy is slowing down, so there's less demand for oil, but the supply of oil is going up because America is fracking like crazy in North Dakota, Texas, and elsewhere. So we're raising the supply of oil on the market, and the demand for it is going down. Result, price cuts big time.
And OPEC is not cutting its production.
That is correct. Saudi Arabia is playing the production card. The Gulf states are saying, we're not going to cut production. We're not going to try and get prices back up again because we want to hurt the Russians, hurt the Iranians, and hurt American drillers who cannot make a profit when oil is below $70 a barrel. So we'll hurt everybody and force them to cut production so we will get the price back up again and we won't suffer. That's what's going on.
Our guest is Stuart Varney, host of Varney and Company, by the way, every day at 11 a.m. on Fox Business Channel. And one of the reasons I watch Varney and Company, Stuart Varney, other than, of course, to see you and Scotty Nell Hughes, I also love your political analysis. You know, everybody thinks Fox Business Channel is just about dollars and cents. Your political analysis, I think, is great. And I don't want to get mired in the debate over the president's actions on immigration. I would rather talk to you, Stuart, about what you think the Republican strategy should be, because they're talking about a lot of different things here with regard to funding that department and funding the government. If they picked up the phone, and I wish they would, and called Stuart and said, hey, what do you think we should do here, what would you tell them?
Well, actually, I would turn this around, and I would say the key relationship to watch is the relationship between President Obama and Democrats in the Senate.
Oh, why is that?
Because the Democrats in the Senate are moving rapidly. They're in full retreat from President Obama. Many of his policies are wildly unpopular, especially Obamacare, and the Democrats in the Senate have that around their neck, and they don't like it. So going into the next 2 years, what is the president going to do about Senate Democrats? He's already lost Charles Schumer on Obamacare.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That is huge. So when the Republicans put forward reform bills of various kinds into the Senate next year, what are Senate Democrats going to do? And how will President Obama respond? He can't stay too far to the left because he'll lose Senate Democrats who will vote to probably override his veto. So I think the key relationship here is what goes on among Senate Democrats vis-a-vis President Obama. Forget the Republicans for a moment. The more important question over the next 2 years is, how can President Obama hold the line on his leftist policies when he's got a centrist bunch of Democrats in the Senate? Big deal.
Well, and really quickly, Brian, meanwhile, they just put Elizabeth Warren, the most left-wing of the Democrats, up there in leadership. That will be interesting.
Yeah. Oh, fascinating.
Yeah, by the way, for average Americans out there who are, trying to go out there and get it done each and every day, doing a 40-hour week, they're finding that it's sometimes not a 40-hour week. And there's a lot of volatility in what they're bringing home as a result of that. And the end result is they're not putting any money away right now.
Yeah, there's an article in the New York Times, of all places, about people living paycheck to paycheck and not being able to save. And one of the points that article raises is that a very large number of people are having to put up with irregular work schedules, part-time work being shifted around. That's the direct result of Obamacare. Obamacare forces employers to put more people into part-time work so they don't have to give them health insurance, pushing them off into Medicaid. Now, that has a profound effect on the economy and a profound effect on ordinary people trying to live day to day with an irregular work schedule and an irregular paycheck. This is having a huge impact on middle America, and it's a negative impact. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that the bonus we've all received from lower gas prices is being wiped out. It's a wash because of the extra cost of health care, cell phone services, fees, and for everything under the sun. It's being wiped out. So there's no net gain for the economy from this bonanza of lower gas prices.
So you get one step forward and one step back, right where you were.
The American middle class is going nowhere. It's fighting to hold its own. And in fact, in many areas, it's actually shrinking and slipping.
You know,
and that's a terrible thing.
This is so frustrating. Stuart Varney, where were you and conservative pundits and observers and Republican politicians warning us that Obamacare would mean part-time employment and it would shift? If only you had warned us at the time when this was being discussed.
Did.
Everybody.
We all did.
I worried that I was becoming a Johnny One Note. One song stew.
Always a pleasure. Stuart Varney, host of Varney and Company. You can see that on the Fox Business weekdays at 11 a.m.
And even if he is a Johnny One Note, he makes that one note sound so good.
So smart. All right.
Thanks, Stuart.
Thank you very much, Stuart.